AI learning. Is it the future? And just how much are we going to start relying on artificial intelligence to teach our kids? And will it be teaching them better? What do we just keep hearing? It's about dropping of scoring since the pandemic. A lot of, whether it be reading, science, whatever it might be, the numbers are down. And they're a little frustrated saying, okay, how do we catch those kids up that lost a lot of learning during the pandemic? And then with kids today with shorter attention spans, how are we going to teach them in the future? Because it seems like all the traditional stuff that we used to use is not as effective when the attention spans are hacked and you can't keep a kid's attention longer than 6 seconds. What do you do? Well, how effective is this AI? I saw somebody breaking it down on TikTok. Jaybird had sent me the video, and it's kind of interesting when he talks about what they are doing with AI and how effective it is.
Google just solved the oldest problem in education. Remember drawing stick figures in your textbooks because you were that bored? Well, Google just built an AI that rewrites your entire textbooks using what you actually care about. And students are scoring higher because of it.
Yeah, I thought that could be the case. With AI, you can have customized textbooks, not even a book, but you can have customized lessons for kids. When I first went to school, it was a school that was kind of a little bit advanced in the sense where you worked at your own pace and you had little workbooks, and then they would come along. You put up a little flag when you were done. A teacher would grade what you had done, and then you would continue working. And so it was all about how fast you could work, and then they would give you the new text. And so they said, okay, if this kid can handle it, great. If they need a little bit more help, then we spend a little bit more time on them. And I thought it was very effective. Now, the AI could be something very similar.
Picture this, you're sitting in class trying to learn physics, and the book is explaining Newton's third law with generic examples about objects and forces. And the textbook can't adapt. It was written for millions of students, and it doesn't even know you exist. And that's where Google's team stepped in. They built something called Learn Your Way. And here's how it works. You tell the model your grade level and your interest. Could be anything, basketball, gaming, music, whatever you're into. Then the system runs a two-step transformation. Step 1, it rewrites the entire text, adjusting it to your reading level while bringing your interest into the examples. So Newton's third law isn't about random objects anymore. It's about players colliding on the field, about how Messi's foot transfers force to the ball.
That's kind of cool, right?
Huh.
It is. I did kind of drift off after he said the word physics. I was like, I started.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And that's why when you throw in something the kid likes, like if you had snacks.
Yes.
And
No.
how you consume snacks, you'd be like going, wait a minute, you lost me at physics, you got me back at snacks.
There is something to be said about retaining information you're interested in.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is.
And so that's what it would do. It would take all of the information you needed to learn, and then it builds it around that specific child's interests so they can actually focus on the material and pay attention to it.
Then step 2. It transforms that personalized content into multiple different formats. It generates audio lessons, creates mind maps, builds custom illustrations, even personalized quizzes. You're not just reading about soccer physics, you're seeing it, hearing it, testing yourself on it.
And then it's creating games out of it, which is what kids are used to playing anyway on screens.
Huh.
So they're doing a lot of what they love anyway, except now they're actually retaining some information, you hope.
I do love talking to random people, getting their opinion on all this AI robot stuff, because it is quite polarizing. So many people are for it. So many people are against it. It really is kind of like a civil war within a robot community.
Well, I think it's a little scary because it's new, and a lot of people don't like change. And there are still flaws in AI, and they do have some points that it is not complete and it's not all the way ready. That's why we only have 4 schools in America, really, that are using AI because, the kids in Miami right now are guinea pigs, and they're trying to see how effective this is. But right now, that's what this video is saying is the initial reports are pretty good.
It starts off with 4, Virginia. Next year when Kevin's talking about this same story, it will be 4,000.
It could be. It could be based on these numbers.
Would you want Cannon to be a guinea pig?
Yeah, I'd be all about it. I think it'd be fantastic.
Robot agenda, Kev? Come on. Of course he
Well,
wants
look, I think for him, if you put it in terms he likes, he loves his sports and sports gambling. If you were doing something along those lines, he'd be all in. I think it's smart.
But does it actually work? Google ran a real experiment. 60 high school students in Chicago. Half of them got the regular textbook. The other half got Learn Your Way with personalized content. Same material, same assessments. The results? Learn Your Way students scored significantly higher. And this was so well received that 100% of them said that the tool made them more comfortable with the assessments. And this works because of how your brain is wired. When new information connects to something you already know and care about, you create stronger neural pathways. The AI isn't making learning more easier, it's making it make sense.
Okay.
Wow.
And the craziest thing about this video, you think a human's talking? It's a robot.
That's AI.
That you don't know. He looked real, but anymore, who knows?
Yeah, you do not know if he's real.
So would you want your son Rocco learning by AI? If this were an option, you can do traditional learning or you could do AI learning that's doing everything we just talked about, where it's designed just for your son and his interests with tests and quizzes and all the material around stuff that he absolutely loves. Would you opt for the AI or are you going to stick with the traditional, Virginia?
Well, I think I would like it up to the point where it was time for him to go to college and then go back to traditional learning. Because is there an AI college where he gets a degree and then, can continue that higher education using this same model? I don't want to switch it up on him when he has to go to college and then him being like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do.
I just do think there's something to be said about a human doing things on their own and fighting through flaws, mistakes, and making errors so they can get better as an individual. I mean, if you let AI do everything and they correct everything, you're losing part of your spirit. I'm sorry. Making mistakes and having flaws is how you become a better person. And to me, this is eliminating that. And just my opinion.
I would want to make sure that the information they're giving the kid is accurate. What is the accuracy rate on this? Because we know that right now AI is not 100% accurate, so I don't want them teaching my kid a bunch of bunk stuff. But if they say, nope, everything checks out, it's 100% accurate, and your kid is doing designed work that AI's created for him around his interests, I'm all for it. I'm in the yes category.
It's gonna lead to a sterile society. It's gonna be very emotionless if we're not careful.
So I asked, would you want your kid to learn by AI? Right now, a majority of people said no. Give me the traditional, 57%. 44% of parents are all into this.
I mean, look, I know it sounds like I'm so against AI. I think it's a good tool. Like a syllabus. There's certain things, you got to go through and say, yeah, that's important, but it's not the whole kit and caboodle. I think it's a good tool, but I think you got to be careful with it.
I think individualized training as opposed to just a general class lecture is going to be more effective.
Yeah, if it speaks to you and what you like if you like soccer and that's how they break it down and you understand laws of physics based on a soccer ball and your foot, that is smart teaching.
Or what if someone has an authentic personality that maybe their wit or their examples that are their own way of teaching, that is something AI can't duplicate. They may be able to duplicate it after, but that's something unique to the teacher or the person being an instructor. And sometimes those ways and techniques can pierce through and get to a human. AI is going to just go on a program until an anomaly hits, and then it's going to go, oh yeah, I should maybe make a quick witty retort here. But good luck doing that if everyone's their true authentic self. It takes away originality.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough spot.
And Rachel said we're already using AI as a supplement. It's called Khan Academy. Khanmigo is the name of it. So it is starting to be introduced in a lot of schools at a certain level. But at what point are we going to see where it becomes the predominant teaching tool for our kids?
I think it's a good tool, but I don't think it should replace humans.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess it's a matter of when, not if, the way things are going.